guys, today I'm going to be filming this everyday makeup look that I absolutely adore, and I want to apologise right off the bat for the lighting because I started filming this video in the evening and it's gotten much darker than it was when I started filming this, so there's going to be some slight changes in lighting throughout this video. I hope you guys don't mind that too much, and if you guys want to see how to get this look, then definitely keep on watching. So first things first, I'm going in with my Hocus Pocus illuminator, and this is by the brand Soap & Glory. So I'm just taking a tiny amount and I'm just applying that to my cheeks and my nose. For my foundation, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is one of my favourite drugstore foundations actually because it's quite matte but it's not too drying and it's got a really nice finish to it. So I'm just going to be applying that with my Real Techniques foundation brush. So I'm just applying that underneath my eyes and wherever my skin may be having a little bit of discoloration happening. Next I'm going to go in with concealer. I don't actually have any drugstore concealers at the moment because I've run out, so I'm just going to be using this Bobbi Brown one. And I swear by this concealer, but a really good drugstore concealer is actually the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as well. I also really like the Match Perfection one from, I think it's from Maybelline as well, so that's really good. To set all that in place, I'm going to be using my Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot powder. I really like this powder because it's a translucent one. And to apply it, I'm just using my big Real Techniques blush brush. For blush, I'm going to be using this NARS one, and this is called NARS Orgasm. Very rude name. And I'm sorry for using another non-drugstore product, but I do have a really good dupe for this that is very affordable and is drugstore. So that's the Sleek Rose Gold blush, and it's very similar to this, although it's not as shimmery. I do have both of them, but my Sleek one has developed some legs, so I can't find it. It's just disappeared, but they are very similar. So I'm just applying this same blush with the same brush that I used for my powder and applying it to my cheekbones. And the reason why I like this is because this is so easy. Like, it's got a really nice colour of a blush, but it's also got the shimmer to it, which sort of acts as a highlighter. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, then you will know that I'm obsessed with highlighter. So even though there's some shimmering like sparkles in the blush, I'm still going to go ahead and apply highlighter just because I love highlighter. So for the highlighter, I'm going to be using this Revlon Bare It All highlighter, and this is called Lustrous Lotion in shade Pink Aboo. I've had this for quite a while, so I'm just taking a really small, like sort of crumb size dot, and I'm just dabbing that onto my cheekbones on the highest points just to give them a nice dewy glow. And honestly, this is one of my favourite highlighters, so if they don't make this highlighter anymore, I will be very sad. As you can see, it just gives your cheeks such a nice glow. I love it. To finish off the face, I am going to contour a tiny bit just because I like that kind of definition to my face. So for this, I'm actually going to be using this MUA brow powder. I'm a big believer in crossing over shadows and crossing over different makeup products to apply them on different parts of your face kind of thing. I'm not really too bothered that this is a brow powder because this brow powder right here is like one of the best contouring shades ever. So I'm just going to be taking that on my on my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm popping that just in my cheekbone just to kind of contour it and, you know, accentuate it. You feel me? And this is quite subtle, so it's not like anything dramatic, so it's still very wearable for like every day, for school, for work. It's nothing too crazy, but it just gives that little bit of difference. I'm also going to contour my nose a little bit, and for this I'm going to be using my Zoeva Luxe Crease brush. This is 228, and I'm just using that same powder and tapping this onto the end of my nose just to create the illusion of the nose bridge being a little bit taller and also the nose being a little bit shorter. Oh, and I also filled in my eyebrows before I started just to save time, and I used the Soap & Glory Brow Archery for this. I swear by this little thing, like, this is so good. Now for the eyes, for my everyday makeup, I never really do anything too heavy. I sort of just stick with basics and neutral shades, and one of my favourite palettes of all time to create my like natural looking face for everyday is this Sleek palette, and this is the Eye Divine All Natural 601, and it looks like this. So one of the eyeshadows is crumbled out though, so I'm pretty sad about that. But regardless, I still use this palette pretty much every day, and I use this shade here, which is like a orangey warm shade. So I'm using my Zoeva crease brush, and I'm just taking that orange toned shadow and blending that into the crease. And the next shadow that I use is this cool tone brown here, and I lightly dust that onto my same Zoeva brush, and then I tap that further into the crease just to kind of darken it a little bit. And I find that this is the easiest and quickest way to create like a smoky eye effect kind of thing, and it just gives your eyes a little more depth, and I really, really like doing this. And just like that, I achieved this smoky eye kind of look with literally 2 shadows in like 2 seconds. And sometimes if I want to take it a step further, I will go in with this really nice champagne shimmery shadow, and this is by Accessorize, and it's called Silk Baked Eyeshadow in Ruby 8. So how I use this is I use this as a brow bone highlight, and I apply this on with this flat brush. So I'm just picking up some of that shadow, and then I'm just applying that to the brow bone, just underneath my brow, and then just blending it out a little bit with my finger. I also sometimes take this into my inner corner just to open up the eye a little bit and sort of attract more attention to the eyes. Now for my liner, I'm going to be using this Maybelline New York eyeliner in this little gel pot, and I'm going to be using my Real Techniques eyeliner brushes for this. So for my everyday liner, I usually do a wing liner, so I'm just going to be starting off the wing and feeding that into the lash line. Is it just me that can always get this wing liner right because you're right-handed, and this one just always turns out looking like a 5-year-old drew it on? I knew this would happen. Now for the lashes, I'm going to be going in with my L'Oreal Paris False Lash Wings in Midnight Black. I really like the wand of this because it catches like your outer lashes with this little bit here. Are you kidding me? I just got this all in my hair. For my lips, I'm going to be finishing off with Velvet Teddy and Blankety by MAC. So I'm using Velvet Teddy first as like a base colour for the whole of my lip. And I'm using this brown eyeliner from L'Oreal Paris just to kind of go around the edges of my lips. And then I'm going back in with Velvet Teddy just to kind of go over the liner so it's not so harsh. And then to finish off the whole thing, I'm just going in with Blankety at the centre of my lip. So this is the final makeup. I hope you guys like it. This video was sponsored by Opinion Outpost, and if you guys want to find out a little bit more about Opinion Outpost, basically what it is this website that's really good for people who are unemployed or like are too young to have a job but want to earn a little bit of cash on the side, and it's basically a website where you can take surveys and earn cash in return. So if you guys are kind of interested in that kind of thing, definitely check out the link in the description and click it and start taking surveys to earn a little bit of extra cash. And I think it's just a really cool thing that they're doing, so if you are interested in that kind of thing, then definitely check it out. If you guys did enjoy this video, then definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!